Hey, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and join the journey. It's going to be raw, real, and life-changing. I wish someone had grabbed me by the shoulders years ago and screamed, "You're doing love all wrong." Instead, I stumbled through heartbreak after heartbreak, each one carving a deeper wound, until I picked up Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus by John Gray. That book didn't just open my eyes, it shattered my entire worldview. It was like waking up in a foreign country, realizing I'd been speaking the wrong language my whole life. I'm about to take you on a gut-wrenching ride through the shocking truth I learned about love and communication, a truth that cost me years of pain, 2 failed relationships, and countless sleepless nights. Buckle up, because this is going to hit hard. I was 24 when I met Sarah. She was everything: smart, radiant, the kind of person who could light up a room with a single laugh. I thought I'd cracked the code to love. We'd spend hours talking, dreaming about a future together, but 6 months in, it all started to crumble. I'd pour my heart out, telling her how much she meant to me, but she'd just nod, her eyes distant. I'd ask what was wrong, and she'd say, "Nothing." But her silence screamed louder than words. I felt like I was shouting into a void, and the harder I tried, the further she slipped away. By the time we broke up, I was a wreck, convinced I was unlovable, that I'd never get it right. Fast forward 2 years, I met Jake. I told myself this time would be different. I'd learned my lesson, right? Wrong. It was like watching a rerun of my worst nightmare. I'd try to connect, to share my feelings, but Jake would shut down or snap back with solutions when all I wanted was for him to listen. One night, after a fight where I begged him to just hear me, he said, "I don't know what you want from me. I'm trying to fix this." That's when I hit rock bottom. I was 28, alone again, and drowning in self-doubt. Why did every relationship feel like a battlefield? Why couldn't I make it work? Then, one rainy afternoon, I found Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus on a friend's bookshelf. I started reading, and John Gray's words hit me like a freight train. Men and women communicate differently, often unaware of the other's needs. It was like he'd been watching my life. He wrote, "Men need to feel needed while women need to feel cherished." I froze. All those times I thought I was showing love, I was speaking a language Sarah and Jake couldn't understand. I'd been demanding they meet me on my terms, oblivious to how they processed love. For example, when I poured out my emotions to Sarah, she didn't need my words. She needed me to show her I valued her through actions, like helping with small tasks or just holding space for her. With Jake, I kept pushing for emotional talks, not realizing he needed space to process, to feel like he could solve something for me. This realization was a punch to the gut. I'd spent years blaming myself, thinking I was broken, when really I was just clueless about how men and women navigate love differently. Gray's book showed me I wasn't alone. Countless people crash and burn in relationships because they don't understand these differences. For instance, he explains, when a man offers solutions, he's showing love, but a woman often just wants empathy. That line explained every fight with Jake. I'd been begging for a hug while he was throwing solutions at me like a mechanic fixing a car. Looking back, I saw the wreckage of my relationships in a new light. With Sarah, I missed her cues. She'd drop hints about wanting quality time, like suggesting we cook together. But I'd brush it off, thinking grand gestures like long talks were enough. With Jake, I ignored his need for independence, smothering him with my emotional demands. I was so wrapped up in my own head, I never stopped to learn their language. The book quotes, "Love is not about finding the right person, but about becoming the right person." That hit me hard. I wasn't the problem, but I wasn't the solution either, not yet. I had to rewrite how I approached love, starting with understanding how the other person receives it. This wasn't just a wake-up call. It was a seismic shift. I'd wasted years fighting battles I didn't understand, losing people I cared about because I didn't know the rules of the game. The shocking truth? Love isn't just a feeling. It's a skill, one I was terrible at. But the moment I started seeing relationships through this lens, everything changed. I began to notice patterns in how people around me communicated, how men and women in my life were wired differently. It was like I'd been handed a decoder ring for human connection. And trust me, once you see it, you can't unsee it. The fog of my failed relationships was lifting, but knowing the problem wasn't enough. I needed a way out, a roadmap to stop screwing up love. After Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus flipped my world upside down, I dove headfirst into rebuilding how I communicate and connect. John Gray's words echoed in my mind. To love someone, you must understand their emotional needs. That became my mantra. I wasn't just going to sit there, wallowing in my mistakes. I was going to fix them. Here's how I turned things around, step by brutal step, and how you can too. First, I had to get real about listening. Not the half-hearted nodding I used to do, but truly hearing what someone else needs. Gray's book taught me that men and women often speak different emotional languages. For example, he writes, "A woman's need to talk about her feelings is as vital as a man's need to retreat and think." So I started practicing active listening. With my new partner, Mia, when she'd vent about her day, I stopped jumping in with fixes. Instead, I'd say, "That sounds tough. Tell me more." It felt unnatural at first, like I was holding back, but the results were unreal. Mia's face would soften, and she'd open up in ways I'd never seen with Sarah or Jake. I wasn't solving her problems. I was giving her the space to feel heard. Try this. Next time someone you care about starts talking, shut off your inner fixer. Just listen, nod, and ask one follow-up question. You'll be shocked at how much closer it pulls you. Step 2 was learning to speak their language, not mine. Gray's book hammered this home. Men feel loved when they're appreciated. Women feel loved when they're understood. With Mia, I started small. If she cooked dinner, I didn't just say thanks. I'd point out something specific, like, "You always know how to make this dish taste like home." That one line made her light up. For guys in my life, like my friend Tom, I noticed he'd perk up when I acknowledged his efforts, like fixing my car. A simple, "Man, you saved my ass with this," went further than any long talk. The trick? Observe what makes the other person feel valued and double down on it. Maybe it's a kind word, a small gesture, or just giving them space. Test it out. Pick one action this week that aligns with how your partner or friend receives love, and watch their reaction. The third step was the hardest, owning my triggers. Gray's book pointed out, unresolved emotions from past relationships can sabotage new ones. I realized I was carrying baggage, anger from Sarah's silence, frustration from Jake's solutions. Every time Mia got quiet, I'd panic, assuming she was pulling away like Sarah did. So I started journaling to unpack those feelings. I'd write down what triggered me, like, Mia didn't respond to my text, and I'm spiraling. Then I'd ask myself, is this about her or my past? 9 times out of 10, it was my past. This took months, but it was like decluttering my heart. If you're carrying old wounds, try this. Write down one moment that sets you off, then trace it back. Is it really about the person in front of you, or is it a ghost from before? This one habit cut my fights with Mia in half. The fourth step was setting clear boundaries. Gray emphasizes, healthy communication requires mutual respect. I used to think love meant saying yes to everything, but that just left me drained. With Mia, I started being upfront about my needs, like needing an hour alone after work to decompress. At first, I worried she'd take it personally, but she respected it, and it made our time together better. Try setting one small boundary like, "Hey, I need 20 minutes to unwind before we talk." It's not selfish, it's how you show up as your best self. The benefits? Night and day. Before, I was a walking ball of anxiety, second-guessing every word in my relationships. Now, I'm calmer, more present. Mia and I have been together for 2 years and we've only had 3 real fights compared to the weekly blow-ups I had with Jake. I've saved hours of emotional turmoil, and I'm not exaggerating when I say I sleep better now. My friendships are stronger too. Tom and I talk more openly because I stopped assuming he'd react like my exes. I even tracked my progress. In 6 months, my bad communication days dropped from 15 a month to just 4. It's not perfect, but it's proof this works. You can measure it too. Count how many times you feel misunderstood this week, then try these steps and compare. The difference will blow your mind. The journey from heartbreak to understanding love's true language wasn't just a personal win, it was a revolution in how I connect with everyone around me. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus didn't just give me tools, it handed me a lifeline. John Gray's words still ring in my ears. Love is not about being perfect, it's about being willing to grow. That's the fire I'm carrying now, and I'm not keeping it to myself. If you're ready to stop repeating the same painful mistakes in your relationships, this is your moment. Let's talk about how you can take everything I've learned and make it yours, starting today. You've heard my story, the years of missteps, the fights, the nights I spent wondering why I couldn't get love right. You've seen how I turned it around with practical steps. Listening without fixing, speaking their love language, owning my triggers, and setting boundaries. But none of this matters unless you act. Right now, I'm challenging you to pick one thing, one tiny shift, and try it. Maybe it's listening to your partner vent without jumping in with advice. Maybe it's telling your friend, "I appreciate you," in a way that hits their core. Whatever it is, do it this week. Why? Because every day you wait is another day you're stuck in the same cycle I was, feeling unseen, unheard, unloved. Here's your call to action. Commit to one small change for 7 days. Grab a notebook or your phone and jot down what happens. Did your partner smile more? Did your friend open up? For me, when I started thanking Mia for the little things, like making coffee, she started doing the same for me. In a month, we went from tense silences to laughing over breakfast. That's the power of intentional communication. Gray's book says, "Small acts of love, done consistently, build trust." So start small, but start now. Track your progress. Maybe you'll notice fewer arguments or deeper talks. I did, and it's why I'm standing here, telling you this works. Don't just watch this and move on. If this hit home, if you're tired of love feeling like a battlefield, hit that subscribe button. I'm dropping videos every week to help you navigate life's toughest moments, relationships, self-doubt, all of it. Join this community of people who are done settling for less than they deserve. And let's keep this going in the comments. What's one communication mistake you keep making in your relationships? Drop it below, and let's talk about how you can flip it. Maybe you're like me, always trying to fix things, or maybe you're shutting down when things get heavy. Spill it. I'm reading every comment. This isn't just about fixing your love life, it's about rewriting how you show up in the world. When I started applying these lessons, I didn't just save my relationship with Mia. I became a better friend, a better coworker, a better me. I went from losing 10 hours a week to pointless arguments, to spending that time building memories, date nights, road trips, even just binge-watching shows without drama. You can have that too. The shocking truth about love and communication? It's not about finding the perfect person. It's about learning their language and speaking it every damn day. So, what's stopping you? Pick one step, try it, and let me know how it goes. Your story starts now.